detectives entered the house, they expected to find blood. Instead, they found nothing. No sign of forced entry, no overturned furniture, no struggle, just a wallet sitting neatly on the kitchen counter. Inside it was a driver's license belonging to a man named Daniel Hale. The problem? Daniel Hale didn't exist, and by the time police realized that, 3 people were already dead. Five years earlier, Daniel moved into the quiet suburb of Ashford Heights. Quiet streets, upper-middle-class families, security cameras on every porch. He fit in immediately. He said he worked as a cybersecurity consultant, worked remotely, traveled occasionally. He donated to local fundraisers, attended neighborhood barbecues, remembered everyone's birthday. He was polite, measured, calm, private, but not suspiciously so. If you asked his neighbors to describe him in one word, reliable. 8 months after moving in, Daniel began dating a woman named Claire Donovan. Claire was a pediatric nurse. Friends described her as cautious, smart, observant. She didn't fall for charm easily, but Daniel wasn't pushy, he was patient. He listened more than he spoke. Within 6 months, they were inseparable. But there was one thing Claire mentioned to a coworker. She'd never met anyone from his past. No college friends, no childhood stories that could be verified, no family visits. Whenever she asked, he'd smile and say, "I don't really talk to them anymore." And somehow, that was enough, until it wasn't. Claire vanished on a Thursday night. Her car was found in her apartment parking lot. Her phone last pinged near Daniel's house. When detectives questioned him, he was calm, too calm. He said they had dinner, said she left around 9:30 p.m., said everything seemed normal. There were no signs of violence inside his home, no blood, no evidence. But there was something else. A neighbor's security camera showed Claire arriving. It never showed her leaving. Police ran Daniel's background, valid driver's license, credit score in the high 700s, clean record. But when they contacted the university he claimed to have attended, there was no record of him. Not as a graduate, not as a transfer student, nothing. His listed employer didn't exist either. The website was real, the branding was polished, but the company had no tax filings, no registered LLC. It was a ghost corporation, and that's when investigators realized something chilling. Daniel hadn't stolen an identity, he had built one. Forensic analysts examined his online footprint. His social media accounts went back 10 years. Photos, comments, vacation pictures. But the images told a strange story. Reverse image searches showed some childhood photos were slightly altered stock images. Metadata on older posts didn't match the timestamps. It was as if someone had slowly, carefully constructed a human being, piece by piece. Every document was technically valid. Every ID passed basic verification, but none of it led backward beyond 6 years. Daniel Hale had no childhood, no teenage years, no origin. He simply appeared. While investigating Daniel, police uncovered something else. A former business associate of his, Mark Ridley, had died 2 years earlier, ruled a suicide. But Mark had been in a financial dispute with Daniel weeks before his death. Large wire transfers, shell accounts. When detectives reopened the case, they found something disturbing. The shell companies linked back to the same ghost corporation Daniel claimed to work for. Mark had discovered something, and days later, he was dead. The third victim wasn't dead, not yet. It was a journalist named Elena Cruz. She had been investigating digital identity fraud networks. Phone records showed she'd contacted Daniel 3 times. 2 days later, she reported someone following her. She described him as calm, well-dressed, smiling. By the time police connected the dots, Daniel's house was empty, furniture gone, hard drives removed, clothes vanished, except for one thing. That wallet, left deliberately on the counter, like a signature. Psychologists later theorized that Daniel wasn't motivated by money, or even murder. He was motivated by reinvention, control. He embedded himself into stable environments, built trust, extracted what he needed, and when someone got too close to the truth, he erased himself, and sometimes, them. Claire's body was never found, but financial activity under a new name appeared 3 months later in another state. A man matching Daniel's description, different haircut, different beard, same eyes. Today, the identity known as Daniel Hale remains officially unverified. No birth certificate, no original Social Security registration, no trace before 6 years ago. Some investigators believe he's part of a larger identity-forging network. Others believe he's alone, a man who discovered something terrifyingly simple. If you control the records, you control reality. And somewhere right now, he may be building another life, another name, another version of himself, waiting for the moment he needs to disappear again.